Shalom, this is Yah is Magnified, and I'm back with another informative video. Today's video was titled Notice of Voluntary Dismissal. But before I tackle this subject, as always, I must state for the record, I'm not a lawyer, I do not practice law, and I do not pretend to. All my videos are for informational and educational purposes only. They're all facts and all truth. Nothing more, nothing less. So with that being said, I would like for you all to hit that like button, and also if you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button, and also hit that notification bell so you all can be notified as I'm dropping these pop videos. So without further ado, let's get to it. Okay guys, so as you all know, we are now in 2024. But just like all the years prior, such as 2023, 2022, and 2021, and the years before that, every time there was a new year that switched, I always did a testimony, which was the first video of that year, okay? So just like we did all the previous years before, let's continue on with the tradition in 2024. So now, this year, as any other year, we will start off with, in fact, the testimony. So this video will, in fact, be my first testimony of 2024. So I'd like to give a shout out to my aunt. We're going to call him Mr. Fuentes. He's going to come on and give his testimony, okay? But now, as you all can see on the screen, this is back on Saturday, June 17th, 2023, which was 6 months ago, guys. And it reads, Shalom, Ak. It's been a couple of weeks now. I still haven't gotten a single response back from them. Is this a good sign? I stated, Shalom, Ak. You can call the clerk of court on Monday to check the status of the case. His response was okay. Okay? So now, on Tuesday, January 23rd, 2024, my Ak sent me these court documents. Okay? We're going to go over it. Okay? That's the first screenshot. But let's go to the next screenshot. All right? As you all can see, again, Tuesday, January 23rd, 2024. Again, this is the paperwork that my Ak received. We're going to go over it in its entirety. Now, let's go to the next screenshot. All right, so this is the remaining of the screenshots. Again, and my Ak stated, you the man, brother. Thanks for all the help. Then it states, it took a while, but I got it. Then I responded, Shalom, Ak. That's what I'm talking about. Strong Arm 100. Then I stated, congratulations. Would you like to give your testimony? Which he decided to do, guys. So, again, let's go over his paperwork, and I'm going to bring him on to give his testimony. So, let's go there. All right, so now, as you all can see on the screen, this is in fact the notice of voluntary dismissal that Ma'ak received from the clerk of the court. We will go over this document in its entirety. So now let's pick this up at the very top where it's highlighted in yellow, which states the e-file number. The date that it was filed was January 23rd, 2024, which is this month, this year, at 8:19 a.m., which was actually yesterday, guys. But let's continue on. And it reads, in the Circuit Court of the 13th Judicial Circuit in and for Hillsborough County, Florida. Shout out to all my brothers out in Florida fighting the good fight. This is just more facts, more proof, more truth that you all can receive remedy out in Florida. This is, I don't know how many testimonies I have out in Florida, but it's quite a few. And this is another one to add on to it, okay? So now, at the very top, the petitioner was what? The State Department of Revenue, Child Support Program XREL versus my aunt, Mr. Fuentes, who was the respondent. Again, the case number I crossed out. The Child Support Enforcement Agency number I also crossed out. And the title of this document is what? Notice of Voluntary Dismissal of Petition to Establish Paternity and Support. Okay? So, they're dismissing the paternity establishment and support, okay? Like I was telling you guys, once they establish paternity, that automatically creates the duty of support. If you stop paternity, you stop support as well. And it's just that simple, guys. But let's continue. It states, please take notice that the petitioner hereby voluntarily dismisses without prejudice the petition to establish paternity and support as to the respondent, Mr. Fuentes, who is my op. Then it states, I hereby certify that a copy of the foregoing has been furnished on this 23rd day of January 2024 by regular U.S. mail at my ox address, as you all can see. And that's the attorney who did the notice to withdraw their case, okay? So now let's go to the second page. Let's continue on. All right, so now as you all can see on the screen, this is in fact page 2. Let's pick this up at the very top, highlighted in yellow, where it states filing number. Again, as you all can see, the filing number is the same. The e-file date is also the same, which is January 23rd, 2024 at 8:21 a.m. The form that was filed was Form 1.998, which is called the Final Disposition Form, highlighted in red. And it reads, this form shall be filed by the prevailing party for the use of the clerk of court for the purpose of reporting judicial workload data pursuant to Florida Statute Section 25.075. Number one, case style. Same case style as before. Again, the petitioner is the Department of Revenue on behalf of my ox child's mom. Again, my ox is the respondent, and we're still coming out of the 13th Judicial Circuit for Hillsborough County, Florida. So again, shout out to my brothers out in Florida fighting a good fight. Case number I crossed out as always. Number two, it states means of final disposition. Then it reads place an X in one box for major category and one for subcategory if applicable only. Right? So the box they checked was dismissed after hearing. So again, my ARC had the hearing. They dismissed it after the hearing. Why? Because he went in and applied pressure, like I tell you guys. All right. The date of this again was January 23rd, 2024, which is this month, this year. And again, that's the attorney's name that I also crossed out. All right. So as I've been telling you guys over and over again, the acknowledgement of paternity established the legal duty of support. Okay. So I know there's individuals going around telling you all to legitimate your child and all of this and all of that. Do not listen to them individuals, guys. They do not have a clue what they're talking about, okay? A lot of these guys are just throwing out false information, trying to get you all to believe it. But like I stated before, I'm going to give his testimony. After I went over the documents, let's bring my uncle for his testimony. Without further ado, let's get to it.
Okay, as promised, I got my Ak on the phone. You ready, Ak?
Yes, sir.
All right, the floor is yours.
Hello, I'm Mr. Fuentes. I came across my brother here through YouTube. I was going through a rough time dealing with my court case, and I was doing some research online, trying to educate myself because I knew the system was trying to play with me. And as humans, we have a sense sometimes when things don't sound right, and that's what led me to seeking. And through my research, I was led to my brother Yah, and I thank God every day for it, because when my brother here, when I spoke to him for the first time, he was straight to the point, very polite, uh, extremely educational, and I was able to completely combat, this case and put it into it right away, like no stress at all. I mean, literally, the only, if I can even call it a stress, it was just getting the money. Uh, you know, but that wasn't
Yep.
even a stress, because your price is right. Compared to like these crazy lawyers out here, you know, everything was right, man. And I'm grateful for everything you've done for me, and the outcome, it shows the work for itself.
Yep. All right, so let me ask you, how long? Well, first thing I'd like to say, congratulations to you. You are
I
the first
appreciate it.
testimony for 2024. You made the first one for
Yeah,
2024.
yeah,
Yeah, so
yeah.
shout out to you. Shout out to you. First one for 2024. But also, so how long did it take us?
Man, not long at all, like less than a month, just to file everything. And after that, it was just a waiting game. The court, of course, through COVID, they took their sweet time. But besides that, like, everything was smooth.
All right, so total, how many months you think it took for us to get remedy?
I would say I just got the papers from the court yesterday.
Right,
That the case was dismissed.
right,
But as soon as we got done submitting all the paperwork in and stuff, um, it was a matter of like weeks where I got a response from them that they received it, and they were looking into the case. So, but as far as like remedy, it was almost instant, man. Not a long wait at all compared to the 5 years that I went through, changing lawyers, and throwing money away and not getting any results. I think a couple weeks, a couple months ain't nothing to what I
right.
waited before.
Yep, yep. Because I have you on a text message that I'm gonna put up as well. When you was asking me, you found a document, but you said it was taking them so long to respond back.
Yeah,
but That's all it is. It's a waiting game. So once we do what we do, it's on them to do the right thing. You see, so
Right.
we can't control when they're going to get it done. We just do our portion, and it's on them to do the rest. You
Exactly.
see? Yeah, yeah. So let me ask you. So what did you do before contacting me?
Before contacting you, I was just, like I said, I was just doing a whole lot of research online, just trying to get some answers because, like, everything that the lawyers were doing, it just kept setting me back more and more. And I went months without seeing my children. Um, I mean, you know, it was horrible, man. I kept calling the police officers. They weren't doing nothing for me. It was just a headache. And like I said, it's been a blessing since I first came across your page on YouTube, because after that it was just easy game.
Yeah. So let me ask you. What about the paternity? Remember they try to force you to take paternity?
The paternity, as you saw on the paperwork, I mean, after we filed, they stopped pursuing altogether. Um, and till this day, I still haven't received. I mean, as a matter of fact, we have the proof that they dismissed the whole case because they just couldn't. They couldn't deal with it. The truth is the truth.
The truth, right?
Yeah,
They
man.
I keep trying to tell them everything I'm telling them is the truth. Even in
Yeah,
the text message you sent me today, you said it finally came. We waited. It said it finally came, and I was
yeah.
telling everybody, it's a waiting game too. Once you do what you have to do, they like to play games. They want to wait you out. They want to see,
Oh yeah.
are you going to do anything besides that, or are you just going to sit and let it ride until they do what they're supposed to do? And that we did. We just sit, wait until they got rid of the case because it was never your case. You didn't go down there and file for child support or apply for the case. No, it's their
Yeah.
case against you. So once we send the rebuttals back to their rebuttals, then it's now it's on them to rebut back what we send them. They never do, and because they do, and because they don't, they did what in your situation?
They didn't have anything to rebuttal.
That was it. You see, so you
You know.
receive documents saying the
Yeah.
case dismissed.
That's it. It was
That,
it was that simple. Like they had nothing against it. They had
yep,
nothing against me. I
yep,
mean, like I said, it is they have a system set up to get those, as they say, if you don't know your rights, you have no rights.
yep,
The system is set up for you to fail if you have no idea what your rights are. And since
yep.
we clearly let them know that we understand my right, that I understand my rights, eh, they already know. They
Yeah,
know who to play with.
exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Short, sweet, and to the point.
Yeah,
And
man.
and did you go to anyone else before coming to me, like any other YouTubers or people on
Nah.
Instagram directly with me first, right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
It
yeah, you
was
see?
you. I mean, I was actually hesitant at first, because obviously this is a new experience, uh, you know, but something was pushing in my heart, like I'm a God fearing man, something in my heart was like, trust the brother. He knows what he's doing. And I'm glad I did because, I mean, I can walk free with no headaches. I can sleep at night.
Yeah.
Don't
Sleep
have to
good
worry
too.
about, yeah, I don't have to worry about, some judge trying to ruin my life.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. So how did you feel when you received the documents in the mail?
Man, you saw how quickly I responded to you. As soon as I
Yeah,
got the message and my
yeah,
email and I saw those things, I couldn't
yeah,
believe it.
yeah.
I'm
Because
like, yes.
you like about time. It finally happened. I kept
Yeah,
telling you.
man.
I said, just wait, just wait. It's gonna come. Have patience. Just wait. It's going to come. You
I'm
know.
glad I did.
Yeah. And the funny part about it was because like I said, man, you have individuals on YouTube, right? They telling people, but they just on the internet, period, telling people that you should get the child legitimated and sign the birth certificate and a bunch of nonsense that's going to end up the individuals on child support. And the
Yeah.
same people that's teaching that, they on child support to this day, telling people to go and get their child legitimated. In your situation, did they ever establish paternity?
Nah.
They they tried to take the DNA. That didn't work, right?
Nah, I mean, my daughter, quote unquote, I never even signed her birth certificate, so it was a win case for me. At that point, it was just a matter of letting them know that they messing up. You know.
Exactly. So I try to tell everyone, if you don't establish fraternity, then that removes the legal duty of support. But you
Right.
have people going down there telling people to establish fraternity, or and
Mm-hmm.
all in actuality, they're only thing they're doing is putting themselves on child support because they're establishing fraternity. Fraternity is what establishes child support. You
Yeah.
see, it's the legal duty that creates the support. The legal duty only comes once you become the legal father. But these
Right.
men, not understanding, you have to remove yourself from that legal father status
You
within itself,
basically
because that
switched. Yeah, you switch roles with the state.
and you switch over to state. Now you become obligated to take on the incompetent wars of the state because you're claiming that role by saying that you are the legal father. And
Yeah.
these men going in courts every day claiming these things. The next thing you know, they wonder why they got to pay child support. You
Yeah,
see,
man.
and you have people teaching online, a bunch of false things. A lot of these guys that's teaching, man, I reach out to them and tell them is wrong. I make videos telling people the information they putting out here is wrong, hoping they would change and understand. Maybe I need to go back and see what y'all magnified is saying, and then if
Yeah.
he's telling the truth, then come back on. These guys need to get rid of their pride, man. They so prideful that they don't want to
I
admit that
think.
I'm the truth.
Yeah, man. I think what happens is that most people are, like you said, too prideful and sometimes a bit ignorant of knowledge. And they, if I can give an advice to anyone listening to this, is do your own research. Like, look it up, confirm what y'all is gonna tell you. If reach out to him and he's trying to help you, don't just take his word for it. Confirm it yourself, and you'll see that he's telling you the truth. I did. I went out of my way. I purchased the books, the Black's Law Dictionary, and I was able to confirm everything my brother here was telling me. So at that point, it was just a matter of let's get it done.
That was it. That was it.
Yeah,
I tell everybody, I'm the only one that come on and make my videos. They all facts or truth or proof, nothing more, nothing less. If they wasn't so, I wouldn't say it. I wouldn't say it to be so. It's the truth, and the truth is going to be the truth. That's why it's helping so many brothers become free because I'm telling them the truth. The truth is going to be the
yeah,
truth. I've been doing this for 7 years almost, and for 7 years straight, testimonies after testimony after testimony. Every year for 7 years straight, multiple testimonies. No other channel on YouTube or just on the internet, period, is showing the things that I'm showing. You have a lot of people that, you know, claim that they know. You have other people telling you or telling individuals to go down and do you can file negotiable instruments into the case. But in their case, when they filed a negotiable instrument, they're stating that they're not in a contract. So how can you file a negotiable instrument in a case, the same case that you're claiming you're not in for contract for? Negotiable instruments are made to use for contractual purposes. So you can't say
mm-hmm.
that you're not in child support contract, but then try to what? Set off the debt by negotiable instruments. So these guys, man, again, they don't have a clue what they're talking about or what they're doing. I just sit back and watch. So as I'm watching their cases and I'm seeing the things that's going on, I'm seeing the response from the attorneys and stuff. It's like these cats don't have a clue what they're doing, but they want to come on here and make sense though I'm wrong because I'm exposing them for being the frauds that they are instead of coming on here telling the truth. Like the last cat. The last cat I exposed, right? I exposed him. I put his paperwork up, showed that he's still on child support. So now his whole thing is he can care less about child support. His argument now is he wants to see his child. It doesn't matter. You can see your child. They already litigated his legitimation case, but he files another petition into the court for to do the same thing that was already done, not knowing that the judge was going to rule in his case res judicata, because guess what? That was already ruled upon in the lower court. That's how you're on child support to this day. But these guys don't have a clue what they're talking about, so they just want to come on here and make content, I guess, and just try to, lead people the wrong way.
That's
Like I
all it
told him,
is.
no, but I told
That's
my last video, I said, what you going to do? You're going to teach people how to be on child support like you, and that's exactly what they're doing. Teach people how to be on child support like them. Because if they knew the truth, they would not be telling people to do half the stuff they're doing. Better yet, none of the stuff they're doing. You see? And that just goes for all of them, man, who
yeah,
people
man.
claim that won their case. They haven't won their case. You see?
And it's also dangerous because you're ruining people's life, but you're playing this very dangerous game with people's lives. This is not a matter to take lightly. It's a legal matter, and if you don't know what you're doing, you can literally making things worse and ruin that person. I mean, there's been many cases of fathers ended up taking their own lives because they were under so much stress from their case that they just couldn't handle it. They broke down. So I do appreciate everything you're doing because you took all my stress away, man.
A lot of people say that. A lot of people say that, man. You know, like I just have people just call me up just to hear my voice. I'm like, it's gonna be all right, y'all. Y'all just got to stand firm. You know, this is not life or
Yeah,
death
man.
situation. Just
It's
stand
it's
firm.
nerve wracking. It's nerve
Right.
wracking
It's,
going
it's,
against these tyrants. You know.
right. Right. It's nerve wracking, but you got to remember, guys, it's a civil matter. It's a civil, guys, not criminal. Okay.
Yeah.
They may try to hold you in criminal contempt, but it's other things that deal with that before they can hold you in criminal contempt. You know, but a lot of people they don't understand that as well. This is a civil matter. We're dealing with the civil society, guys. Understand what's going on. And once they understand what's going on, like how you did, you know, once you file the documents, everything falls into the place how it's supposed to, you get the results that you desire. And I try to tell everybody, you know, when they go to multiple individuals and they want to come to me, expecting that, you know, thinking that I could just automatically change everything around for them, making it easier. No, you got to undo everything that you have filed prior if the courts even let you undo these things. You know, I was looking at another brother. I told him about this case a while ago. I would let him know that, you know, his show cause rule, I told him that he didn't win that. You know, but what happened was they was garnishing his unemployment. But he telling her, he
Yep.
come on YouTube telling everybody to watch his videos, just how you stand in contempt. Right now, he getting his butt handed to him in court. He filed Rick W. paperwork into the court. Now in the court marked him as a vexatious litigant. He can't file no more documents into the court without getting approved from the clerk of court. You see?
Mm.
So
Yeah.
if he was to get help from anybody else, they're gonna stop him from filing anybody else's documents into the court case. Why? Because he did it too much with Rick W. paperwork. You know, and I tell everybody, you know, stay away from that stuff too, man. You know?
Oh yeah.
Stay away from that. You know, and also Rick W. Right? I want to put a challenge out to Rick W. Rick W. You put your child support paper up back in 2016, and it was all blurred. We need to see some new child support paperwork, Rick W. If you're not been on child support, because the last time I checked, and I read through the document that you had on the screen, Rick W. It clearly states that you had another hearing after that, and they did a no pro tunc, which means now for then. And you had another hearing, and so Rick W. bought a lawyer, right? But he's not going to tell everybody that. In his video, he said he bought a lawyer, but he never came back and told us what happened to his case after he bought the lawyer. Okay, so Rick W. he has to come and prove too now because he's giving out documents and paperwork like he can help people. So this is my third time calling Rick W. out. Rick W. show your dismissal paperwork. We want to see it from the courts, a clear copy, no old papers. We're in 2024 now. You have a clear camera, Rick W. Put up your paperwork so we can see it. Yards Magnified is calling you out. I had to put that out there, you know.
No problem.
So
No problem.
yeah, I'm just calling them all out, man. You know,
Yeah, man.
these guys haven't helped nobody. They just come on here, they come online making these videos, and you know, fooling the people, getting putting people in a lot in worse situations than they would have never been if they never listened to these individuals. And then they reach out to me, and I tell them, I simply turn them away. No, I can't help you. Why? Because I'm not going to take on so much burdens of somebody else. You filed a bunch of trash into your court case. Now you expect me to produce a miracle. Nah, I decided not to do that no more. So if they're going to these other people
Yeah.
and you finding all these documents, I don't help them no more. I just
As
don't.
a
No.
matter as a matter of fact, you did that with me. You know, I had two cases,
Yep.
and one of them you were able to help me, which is the one we got results with, and the other one you clearly told me I can't. This is beyond, you know, beyond what I can do now, and I respected that. You
Exactly.
know,
Yep. 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 And I was honest with you,
why
right?
force something? Yeah, man, you
Exactly.
were very
Yep.
polite about it, and
Yep.
it is what it is.
Yep. But
Uh,
I said, I told you, the one that you just started, they just started trying. I got you with that one.
yeah.
So
And
and
the
you won
other
that.
one, and the other one, based on the knowledge I learned, I was
Uh,
able to get it, dismissed as well by
see,
myself.
you see what I mean? You see?
Yeah, man.
So that's what I'm saying. Congratulations on that too. He told me
Yeah,
that.
man.
I'm saying that.
So
Yeah.
I beat two cases in 2023,
You see?
not just one. 2 cases.
Two,
And
exactly.
I got proof. I ain't, I ain't over here making stories. I got proof.
I do me a favor. Send me that. Send me that too. Send me that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Send me that to my email too. I'll cut it and add it in the interview. I'll add it, just to
All
show
right.
people that you won your second case as well. Yeah.
Yeah, man. What I would say is also like for for all the people, all the fathers struggling and needing help, I would say it's worth every penny to get yourself, get your hands on those books. The Black's Law Dictionary. I got you recommended, was it the fourth edition
Uh-huh.
or the first edition? I
Fourth.
'cause-
I like the third and the fourth edition.
okay, yeah, because I got the fourth, the first, and the 11th edition.
Right. Right.
I got all those three, and I would say it was worth every penny, because you get a good look at old, the old way they used to do things, and then the modern way, and you can kind of relate, uh, and that helps greatly when it comes to understanding what you want to do, for us, needing help. So that's basically what helped me greatly to understand what you were talking about and make sense of my rights. So
Right.
it
Yeah.
helped me stand firm when it came to my case.
Correct. Yep. Yep. Because everything in the videos, everything that I put, they're in the videos. They just have to want to go back and study it. I can't come straight out and just tell y'all everything. But they're in all the videos. Just go back and watch the videos. They go through the videos. They study the videos. They really take their books out. They read along, do the research that I'm telling them to do. It'll all fall in place. They'll have the understanding as well.
Yeah,
You see?
at first it was very confusing for me,
Yeah.
but then I put in the work, and that's all it is, man. Is most people are not willing to put in the time,
Right.
and most people nowadays have a very short span of attention, so they they're not interested after a couple minutes.
Right.
But if you can push through anything in life that you put time in and effort, you're gonna get some results sooner or later. And like I said, man, you've been a blessing, bro. I'm
Right.
so glad that I came through your page, because there is a lot of people on YouTube claiming they have knowledge. Um, actually, there was a lady. Uh, she's a sister. She's very popular on TikTok. That's how I came across. And she also claims that she helps people with child support. I think you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um,
She don't have no proof of that. Tell her show proof. Anybody claiming they can help, just go in their comment section and say show proof.
yeah, the
They'll
thing
never
is
show.
that she
They'll
makes you
never show
go.
proof.
Yeah, but the thing is that she makes you go through all these loops just to get in contact with her. And I'm like, if you out here trying to help, she make it seem like she's so busy that she ain't got time for most people. It's like, all right, you know, and that's what I like about you. You get straight to the point. You don't waste any time, and if people get their feelings hurt, it is what it is. But at least you tell people the truth, whether you can help them or not, and that I appreciate it about you.
Yeah, it's the truth. I'd rather tell you. I'd rather tell everybody the truth up front, man. The truth will set you free. People have to
Indeed.
accept the truth. Once you accept the truth, then you'll learn how to cope with the truth. Once you learn how to cope with the truth, you'll learn how to properly move. Once you learn how to properly move, you'll receive remedy. Like
Yeah.
GI Joe used to say, the cartoon back in the day called GI Joe. They used to say what? Knowing is half the battle. That's what it is. You have to know. Once you know, then that changes the battle. Now you learn how to fight the good fight because now you know what's happening and what's going on. Once you know that and you can put everything in its proper space or in its proper perspective, then and only then will we receive remedy. But right now, us brothers, we just go to these courts, argue back and forth, claiming that they don't have jurisdiction, don't know what that means, just because they heard it on YouTube, or they claim that they're going to do a bill of exchange, don't know how to do that, just heard that from on YouTube from somebody else. These
Yep.
have people just doing a bunch of false stuff and trying to pretend as though they know these things or that they're getting remedy out here, but they're not. That's why they
Yeah,
can't
man.
show proof.
Well, I mean,
You
the
see?
problem is that they're getting a little French fry here and a little chicken nugget here, but they're not getting the full meal.
Well,
So, you know what I
exactly.
mean? So,
That's right. Yeah.
they when they're not properly fed, and they go into the court, they don't, they think they have a little clue of what they're doing, but they completely put their hands, in the mud.
Yeah,
And once you get your hands dirty, there's no backing up, like you said. Once
no
you
backing up.
submit, once you submit the wrong paperwork, it's up to the judge to let you undo it.
Right, right. Yeah. And
Because
then
these people, man, they don't play games.
exactly. And then don't let your paperwork uh let's say like don't say your paperwork contradicts itself. So let's say in
Hmm.
one document you claim that you're not the father, but in one document you claim that you are the father. You see, and then you go to court and try to argue either one of those. When the judge reads your documents and see that you're saying one thing here and one thing there, the judge can simply say, "Well, we're going to sign you up for a psych evaluation because I think you're mentally off." And that's the last thing
Yeah,
you want because now you got to prove that you're mentally stable while you're trying to fight a case. You see, which is hard to do. So it's best that you have to. I tell everybody you have to stay on topic when you're into these court buildings. A lot of people don't know how to stay on topic. You see, they let them dictate what is going on in the court case because they bringing you to court. No, they're bringing you to court. You should dictate what's going on. Why? Because
yeah,
they're bringing you there. You're not bringing them there. You don't have to prove nothing. You see, the burden of proof is resides on or falls on he who asserts. You see,
yeah.
if you're not asserting anything, you don't have to prove nothing. So if they're claiming these
They're the
things,
ones
then it's on them.
claiming things. Yeah, and
They're the only ones doing it. You see,
yeah,
it's not hard.
I,
It's not hard to
it's
see.
clear.
It's clear. You see, it's not hard to see. You know, like I said, been doing this for a long time. I've been on YouTube alone almost 7 years, and I was fighting before that in my own situation. You
Man,
see, that
I watched almost all your videos.
yep,
I
and that
spent I spent hours listening to your videos, paying attention, writing things down, because I was hungry, man. I wanted to get out of this living hell, as they say here. Eh, You know, there's a saying that our Father in heaven says, and it's my people perish because of lack of
like a
knowledge.
notch. Yep, and because you despise knowledge, I despise you. And that's what it is,
Hmm.
man. People don't want that knowledge. They just want it. They want everything handed to them. They don't want to work hard for it. They don't want to study. They don't want to do anything. You know,
Instant
they
gratification, man.
and it's right. They think it's going to happen overnight. No, it didn't take overnight for you to get in this situation. It's not going to take you overnight to get out of the situation. You see,
Yeah,
it all depends on even how long you've been on support. People been on support for a long time. You see, people been
man.
on support for almost 18 years trying to get help. Things are going to go away overnight.
It blows my
No,
mind how there's people who actually support this child support system so blindly, but they don't know the slightest idea. They don't have it of how corrupt that system is because
right.
they don't understand what's going on. They were
Exactly.
raised in this. They were raised down, under the maritime law, and that's what they were taught. So to them, it's normal.
Yeah, to them it's normal. Exactly. You got to understand. It's not coming out of their check. They're not getting their checks garnished. They're not getting their bank accounts levied. They're not getting their license suspended. They're not getting liens put on their property. They're not getting their wages garnished. They're not getting
Yeah,
all this stuff,
my
happening
my
toward them.
own
No bench
parents.
warrants out for their arrest or nothing like that.
Yeah,
You see?
my own parents weren't supportive of it. The first thing that my parents told me, their own child,
Yeah.
was, oh, you should pay for child support and get it done with. Every man does it.
What
Wait
type
a
of
minute
sense?
now.
Yeah. What type of
What?
logic is that? Yeah, make that make sense.
You setting me up for failure? You
Exactly
want
what
me,
it is.
yeah, you want me to, you my own parents, you're supposed to, like, help me fight back, not just give in.
Exactly. Yeah.
I've always been a fighter, man. I
Yeah.
don't I don't I don't like. Yeah, I'm a U.S. citizen. I became a citizen, here in the U.S. back in 2014,
Right.
and it blew my mind how, like, when I studied the Constitution of the U.S. and I started asking most Americans, they don't even know their own Constitution.
They don't know it at all. They don't know it. You see, because they want to keep us ignorant of the law. You see,
Yeah,
you have public schools, and public schools not even teaching the law, nothing like that. You see,
nah, man. The
and
public school looks like prison because that's what they're setting you up for.
it's the same thing. It's the same environment from the lunch
Same
trade and
environment.
everything. single
Yep.
file
We
lines
don't
going
want a
into these,
nation of thinkers. We want a nation of workers.
and that's what they doing, man. They keeping everybody slaves, man. Little they know, they don't understand, man. You know,
Hey, man, the truth will set you free.
that's
That's
it.
that's a beautiful right there. There's
That's it.
nothing more to say, man. I'm just
That's
glad
it.
I found you and I got some remedy. And I would recommend anyone to try your knowledge because you legit.
Thanks,
You are
Doc.
the real deal. Out of all the people on YouTube that I seen, no one was as clear. Everybody wanted you to jump through a whole bunch of hoops, and they couldn't make any sense whatsoever. You
Yep.
were hands on, down to the details, made everything easy. Like I said, stress free.
Thanks, Doc. I really appreciate that. All right. So before I let you go, do you want to say anything else before I let you go?
Man, I think I said everything I had to say. The only thing left to say here is I encourage all the fathers out there that are going through this very difficult time in your life. Don't play around with your case. Don't wait. Seek the brother here. And just I would say it's worth every single ounce of every minute, every hour of your time to give brother here a chance. You ain't got nothing to lose and everything to gain.
Right.
You got more to lose if you try lawyers. Lawyers are not your friends.
Yeah. Yep. And that's correct. That's correct. All right. So you guys heard it from him. This is my Ark, man. First testimony of 2024 goes to you, Ark. Congratulations again, man.
Appreciate it, man.
Don't forget to send me the other documents as well, too, for the other case.
Yeah, yeah,
I'll put it through the testimony so they can see everything that you're saying is true. Like I said, you did one with me. You learned from me and did that one on your own. That's what
yeah,
I'm talking
yeah.
about. Ark. You see,
Yep.
study to show
I did. I
thyself
did. I
approved.
studied a lot, and just bear with me because, like I said, I'm a truck driver. I'm out here in the road, so I gotta, find a little time here and there. You messaged me earlier today, and I was so busy.
Yep.
Uh, so I'm just settling in, inside this truck. I still got everything that I gotta put away, but as soon as I get a chance, I will find those documents. I will send them your way,
Uh,
and hopefully it'll help somebody reach out to you and get their case, and get a nice solution done for them.
yeah. All right. Thanks, Ark. I really appreciate that again. Thank you for your time. Thank you for allowing me to assist you in this process. I really appreciate that, Ark. I really do.
I appreciate it, you man. God bless you, and you have a wonderful night.
Okay. Same to you. Shalom,
All
Ark.
right, shalom, man.
Well, y'all heard it from him. That's all I'm gonna do for today. If you all need my help, hit me up in my email at y'allismagnified@gmail.com. Let's get this right wisdom, this right knowledge, and this right understanding. With that being said, I say shalom, my Ark.
Shalom.